Hey, Shalom, Makiam. First off, I want to say the water, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, forgive me the spirit to do this video. This video is going into the power of tree resins, which is the medicines that come out of the ground, because trees come out of the ground. And I'm going to get into the details of that in the scriptures of how powerful frankincense, myrrh, okay, these different premium medicines on the earth that we need to use, okay? So let's get right to it. Sirach chapter 38, starting at verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which you may have of him, for the Lord hath created him. Right, and the Lord hath created certain men within this truth to tap into this knowledge on a level to really get you to understand those who are not tapped into it. It's one thing to say, okay, the food is medicine, which is true. The way you eat and take care of your body, okay? But there's premium medicine on the earth, the principal spices that come out of trees, tree resin, okay? Which when you read throughout the scriptures, you can read about them through the Old Testament and the New Testament. They used a lot of those resins that came out of the trees for multiple things, but one of the main things was for healing, okay? So that's why I'm doing this video, to get a more understanding on what these resins really are, all right? Verse 2, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise would not abhor them. He that is wise will not abhor them, meaning you're going to pay attention to it, meaning you're going to get into it. If it's brought to your attention, you're going to apply your mind because you understand that it's important. We know we're in these filthy bodies, okay? We know our bodies are whack, and we're waiting for our new bodies, immortal bodies, okay? But you're not supposed to neglect your body just because we're supposed to get new bodies, all right? You're supposed to pay attention to the physicians. You're supposed to pay attention to the knowledge and the advice given of understanding of these medicines, man, and what the Lord is really talking about. Predominantly, verse 5, was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? Now, there's a lot of understanding in this one scripture. And this is why, because in verse 4, he said, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Verse 5 again, was not the water made sweet with wood? What is that talking about? That's talking about with Moses and the Israelites, okay, after they came out of Egypt through the split sea, and they were complaining in the wilderness about water because the water they found was bitter to drink. So they went to Moses and said, what are we going to drink? They were pissed off. They were mad. They were worried. So when Moses asked the Lord showed him a tree, cast that tree into that water. Now that bitter water was made sweet. That's where you get the sweet incense, the sweet smells. That's why I thought the scriptures, the Lord always said, bring me the frankincense, bring me the myrrh, bring me the cedar wood, the aloe woods, okay? It goes back to woods, man, and the sap that comes out of that wood, which is the resin, frankincense, myrrh, all those sweet things, man, that you can use as perfumes, as oils in your body. So back at the beginning of 5, was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? Question. The virtue, the purity of it might be known. So he's telling you right there, the medicines come out of the trees, man, which comes out of the earth. You have your average medicine, which is following the dietary law and eating right, okay? Then you have your premium medicines, which comes out of the trees, which is the sap, okay, that comes out of the trees. And as I do this lesson, I'm going to get deeper into it. Let's go to verse 6. And he hath given man skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. Verse 7. Which such do he heal man and take away their pains. Of such do the apothecary make a confection, Apothecary is a physician, okay? The physician that knows how to make those oils and herbs and knows how to make those medicines, man, for healing, for pain, okay? And when it says make a confection, the confection is a mixture, okay? They know how to mix it right. They know the art of mixing it correctly, okay? Making the oils. It says, and of his works there is no end, and from him is peace over all the earth. Verse 9, my son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. Right, that prayer along with action. And he can heal you just out of nowhere, or he can send somebody to you to give you knowledge and wisdom on certain things for certain ailments and certain pains, okay, to heal those things. All right. Verse 10, leave off from sin and order thy hands aright and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Skipping to verse 12, then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There is a time when in their hands there is good success. For they shall also pray unto the Lord that he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. So remember the situation with Moses in Israel, whenever the water was bitter and he cast a tree into the water to make it sweet, that was straightforward and symbolic, okay? Because it's deeper than, oh, the tree just made the water sweet. No, man. It shows the virtue and the purity of the tree and how valuable of the knowledge of the tree is for our everyday life. Okay? Now, from there, let's go to Exodus 30, verse 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, take unto thee sweet spices, stacte, and oncha, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense. Of each shall there be a like weight. Now let's look at the blue letter of stacte.
Strong's H 5198. Nataf. Nataf.
Drops, gum, an aromatic gum resin of shrub used in incense. Right, the resin, the gum resin that comes from trees. That's what they call it, resin, gum resin, okay, that come out of the trees. So in other words, the Lord was telling Moses, get all these different resins from these trees so you can make this oil. Let's go back to it, verse 35. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection, which is a mixture, after the art of the apothecary, which is a physician that knows how to make medicines and healing from oils, after the art, meaning it's an art knowing these different things, man, okay, and being able to use it in your everyday life, man. That's important. It's important for your skin health, okay, your breathing, okay, because that sap that comes from trees, like when you burn it, which I burn it every day in my house, you burn frankincense or myrrh or copal, all these different resins, okay, it cleanses your air, and you're breathing that in your house, and it makes you breathe better. It opens up your breathing, your oxygen. That's how powerful this stuff is, man, okay? If you don't believe me, go get some frankincense and burn it on a coal and stand right over it and breathe it in and watch how better you feel right away, instantly. So you're talking about for perfume, for smelling good, for taking care of your skin, okay? You can digest it. All these different things, man. This oil is a healing agent, internally, externally. So when you go back to when I was reading Sirach 38 chapter, about verse 5, was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? The virtue of the tree might be known. The purity of the tree might be known, which these resins come out of, which I just read, the drops. It oozes out of the tree. When they cut the tree, when the tree gets wounded, the resins come out, all right? And that's the resins they get when it cures. They cut it off, and that's what you get the frankincense, the myrrh, the copal, these different resins to come out of this tree. But that resin also heals the tree from the cut, from the wound. So it can do it all over again and do it all over again to continue to give us the medicine out of the tree. It's amazing once you understand this, man. It's amazing. Verse 7, it says, with such do he heal man and take away their pains. because pain comes from inflammation. All right? Pain comes from inflammation. These different resins from these trees, whether it's dragon blood, frankincense, myrrh, copal, they stop inflammation. They're anti-inflammation. And that's where your pain comes from. So right there, it tells you that pay attention to the resins, man. Eat good. Eat how you need to eat for your body to operate better, but also understand the premium medicines on the earth. That's why the Lord told Moses to bring him the principal spices, meaning premium, the top. Okay? So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm dealing with the top medicines on the earth that you need to be acknowledging, that is good to get into and understand. All right? Now, in the scriptures, when you read about balm, it's in the scriptures only 6 times. Okay? And balm, when you look at the blue letter, which I'm going to get to in a minute, but first I'm going to read the Wikipedia definition, because the balm is the balsam. Balsam is the resinous sap which forms on certain kinds of trees and shrubs. So right there, you know the healing comes from the trees. That's where the healing comes from, man. That potent healing for your body. Because we all know the scripture in Jeremiah 51:8 about Babylon. Let's read it. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, that she may be healed. Take balm for her pain. Okay, when you look at balm in the blue letter,
Strong's H, 6875. Sorry.
a kind of balsam as medicine. So it's medicine. And when I read balsam in the Wikipedia, read it again. Balsam is the resinous sap which forms in certain kinds of trees and shrubs. So that resin that comes out of the tree, okay, it's purity in that resin. That's why the Lord said to know the virtue of the tree when it went into the water that was bitter, and automatically the Israelites were able to drink the water. It was good to go after that. So back at Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. But we know she's not going to be healed. Once you read and understand the prophecies, Babylon, which is America, is going to be destroyed, man, by nuclear fire, nuclear destruction. So it's saying that even the medicines that's meant to heal can't heal Babylon. In other words, saying Babylon is done. America is finished. But that just shows you that the balm is talking about the resins that comes for the trees, which you make oil out of them, which is the medicine. All right? I have another one real quick. Jeremiah 8:22 about the balm. It says, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Question. Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? So the point of me bringing this up is to identify the balm again. So it's connecting the balm with a physician, because the balm is a resin, okay, that comes from the trees, different resins, multiple resins, and the physician knows how to make the oils out of the resins for healing. Last scriptures I'm going to go to is Luke 10. I'm going to start at 33. This is the parable about the Good Samaritan who helped the guy who got robbed and got wounded by the thieves. So verse 33. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, the guy who got robbed and got wounded, and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his beast. So the whole point was the oil. He poured oil on his wound. Okay? Healing. That oil came from resins, herbs, which comes out of the earth. That's why the Lord said, he that is wise would not abhor them. Because he's going to put it in your face. Okay? Somebody's going to have this knowledge. Somebody's going to understand, to be able to break it down for you to understand. But you got to be serious in your own mind to say, you know what? This is the Spirit of the Lord. This is something I need to know, because it becomes a part of your everyday life. I'm going to say it again. You can burn the resins, which I'm going to do another video, probably a part 2, part 3, Lord willing, going into that and going into the different resins, the names of them. and go into deeper knowledge about it. So you can burn it. It cleanses your air in your house. It gives you better breathing and better oxygen. You make oils about it, which Lord willing, I can make a video on how I make my oils from these different resins. You can digest it in different ways. So I'm going to make some videos, Lord willing, soon this week, going to deeper about making it and those different things. Okay? Lord willing, I hope you brothers were edified. I want to say Tawada, Yahweh Bashim Shai, to give me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you brothers out there that's doing the truth with sincerity. And you sincere sisters. Shalom.